U-turn in a business district. You made an illegal U-turn.
He's patrolling the mean streets of New York City.
You broke the law.
Get out of my face, man.
But he's not handing out tickets or catching criminals.
You broke the law.
Instead, he's catching them on camera. Police officers, meter maids, and any other government official he sees violating the very laws they're supposed to enforce. And they are not happy to see him.
Oh, you gonna run me over now?
I've been roughed up, I've been threatened, I've been confronted.
I'm Jimmy Justice.
But the man who calls himself Jimmy Justice won't back down.
They're afraid of me.
You're not allowed to do that.
And they're afraid of my video camera.
Oh, what are you doing? Move away from the vehicle.
I'm filming you breaking the law.
His goal? To bring justice, vigilante justice, to the streets of New York. Streets on which he says he sees a double standard.
Everybody else gets summons the second that they break the law.
You're in a no-standing zone. It's a bus stop.
So what?
You would give a ticket to somebody else who did that.
Yes.
But the people writing those summonses drive around the city like cowboys and do whatever they want with impunity. And I wanted to bring justice. I wanted to level the playing field.
It all begins in 2005. A fuse is lit when Jimmy Justice sees a traffic agent make a U-turn over a double yellow line. In his mind, an obvious violation of the law. He starts reporting the violations he sees to law enforcement by taking still photos, but he says his complaints go nowhere. So he comes up with a plan to become a video vigilante.
Wherever I am in the city, I bring my video camera with me. The video camera is the great equalizer. The video camera does not lie, and it's just a matter of a few moments before I see something that I feel I need to videotape.
Jimmy, by day, a 37-year-old sound engineer and part-time musician, by night, video vigilante. He doesn't make any money at it, but he says moments like these are priceless.
Why are you taking a picture of me?
The sign is clear, no parking anytime.
I'm taking a picture of you because you're a police officer who's supposed to enforce the law.
And no parking?
And you parked your police car in a place where the sign says no parking anytime. And you're not doing your job.
She confirms that there is a no parking anytime sign.
The New York Police Department declined our request for an interview, but they tell us that marked police vehicles are allowed to park in no parking zones during emergencies. Jimmy Justice says the agent in this video comes up with the most creative emergency he's ever heard.
You're not doing your job. You went into the Rite Aid.
I can go into the Rite Aid because if you don't know if I have a feminine problem, you don't know if I have any type of problem.
Right.
You don't know if I have my asthma, if I need my medicine, or anything like that. You don't know my business.
Right. So if you have to go in the Rite Aid
and I have my period,
right,
I can go in there. All right.
And you don't have to park properly. You're allowed to park.
I am parked properly.
But if the sign says no parking anytime.
A handicapped person can park in a no parking.
It says no parking anytime. Are you handicapped?
How do you know that? I could be handicapped.
When he gets videos like this one, Jimmy Justice posts them on YouTube. He says to expose what he sees as a double standard. His clips have gotten more than 1 million hits.
The general public loves what I'm doing. Everybody would love the opportunity to yell at a police officer, scream at a police officer when they catch a police officer doing something wrong. Not everybody has the guts to do it. So some of my fans on YouTube are living vicariously through me.
And Jimmy's kicking it up a notch to keep those online viewers coming back for more.
I'm calling for backup. Wah! He has a camera. He's dangerous.
Jimmy knows he sounds like a crybaby, but he says this is a serious issue that needs attention. And he thinks these antics help.
You broke the law.
What has Jimmy Justice so upset in this video? These New York City sanitation enforcement agents are blocking a bus stop.
Look, the buses can't get through, can they, Thomas? Yeah. Look, Scipio, can the buses get through? No. They can't get through because of you. They can't get through because you parked your official vehicle blocking a bus stop, a designated no standing zone, Scipio.
They're parked not at the edge of a bus stop to allow room for the buses to come in and out. They're right in the middle. It's disgusting.
Jimmy isn't only furious because of what he sees here at the bus stop. Minutes earlier and a few blocks away, he caught these same sanitation enforcement agents blocking a fire hydrant.
You're parking your official city vehicle blocking a fire pump? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're supposed to enforce the law, not violate the law. Are you allowed to park within 15 feet of a fire hydrant in New York City? You are? So you don't even know the laws.
Get out of my face, please.
Jimmy's not surprised he catches these agents with his camera twice, first at a fire hydrant and then at a bus stop. But when they pull their official vehicle up to another hydrant...
Ooh, it's a fire hydrant. Oh, my.
A third violation? He's seen enough.
And she's in there writing a summons to someone else when she commits a violation with her own official city vehicle. What a shame. Shame on you.
It just shows the systematic abuse of authority. That's why I do what I do. That's why I make these videos, because I'm trying to change the system.
Coming up,
Get out of my face, man.
danger ahead. A Department of Education employee tries to teach Jimmy Justice a lesson.
Stop.
And playing with fire.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. While you're in the store, you don't hear the sirens? What's the matter with you?
When caught on video vigilante Jimmy Justice is a fixture on the streets of New York. He's out there roughly 20 hours a week, keeping track of law enforcement and government officials, catching them on camera.
What's your problem?
Here's a traffic agent parking in front of a fire hydrant. She goes into the store to get some food, and while she's ordering, sirens, flashing lights, fire trucks pull up, and Jimmy Justice is hot under the collar.
You're a traffic enforcement agent, and you parked your official vehicle blocking a fire pump, and there's a fire outside with firemen out there, and they have no access to the pump? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. While you're in the store, you don't hear the sirens? What's the matter with you?
And fire engines were coming from every direction. And the nerve of this woman to stay there online and order her food and not come out and move her vehicle. That was just a little too over the top for me, and I lost my cool.
Have a good day.
What's the matter with you?
Jimmy often gets aggressive in his videos. In his mind, he's doing a public service, but critics say he goes too far to embarrass people in uniform.
Thank you very much.
You've been parked in a bus stop for 20 minutes. You broke the law.
James Huntley's the union president for traffic and sanitation enforcement. He wants Jimmy Justice to let up.
We're basically real traffic enforcement agents doing a job, a hard-working job for the city of New York. I'm disappointed in a New Yorker that she'll understand what traffic agents go through every day.
So you don't even know the laws.
Jimmy won't deny. He treats law enforcement with contempt, and he won't make any apologies.
Why couldn't you broke the law? You broke the law!
I am treating them in the same way that they treat the public. They treat civilians with such disdain. I have to go at them in the exact same way.
Take, for example, this guy, who threatens to hold Jimmy for videotaping.
Sir, turn other way, please. Otherwise, I have to call somebody. I'm not let you go.
Call whoever you want.
He's trying to intimidate me. He's trying to tell me that I'm not allowed to videotape him.
Can I see your ID, please?
Who are you?
Sir, I'm traffic agent. I'm authorized. You making movie, okay?
Oh, show me the badge. I want to see it.
Sir, I want to see your camera first.
And he's asking me to hand over my camera and my footage to him. I'm not responsible to provide this footage to him. The footage belongs to me. It's my camera, and I can do whatever I want.
Jimmy isn't intimidated and turns the tables.
You're parked in a bus stop. That's a no standing zone, sir.
Sir,
That's a no standing
put your
zone.
camera down, okay?
That's a
Put your
no
camera down,
standing
please,
zone.
first.
Are you allowed to park in a no standing zone?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I had an emergency.
Where's the emergency?
The truck is over here. I have to write someone for this truck.
So that's an emergency?
Yes, sir. It is an emergency.
When we asked, the NYPD wouldn't define an emergency for us. Based on the video, this agent is writing a summons, appears to be doing his job. But what he says next crosses the line for Jimmy Justice.
It's an emergency to write a $115 summons
No,
to
it's
generate revenue for the city? Is that the emergency?
That too.
Is that the emergency?
Yeah, it is an emergency, sir. I pull him over.
I thought an emergency is when somebody's life is in danger.
Maybe your life is in danger.
It is completely inappropriate for a traffic enforcement agent to threaten a civilian and tell them that their life is in danger. Why is my life in danger?
You call yourself a police officer. Shame on you! Shame on you!
Jimmy says he knows he gets under the skin of law enforcement and government officials. But on this day, he finds out the hard way. It's risky business.
To the Board of Ed, the city.
As he strolls down a New York City sidewalk on a nice spring afternoon, he sees several city vehicles parked illegally and decides to film them. But the man he's filming becomes increasingly agitated.